Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Autodesk pop-up in Tokyo. We are in the Obutsundo neighborhood of downtown Tokyo. We have opened our second pop-up here on the 23rd of October. We'll be running through the 9th of this month. And so if you're in Tokyo, come and see us. I'd love to show you around the space. For those of you who don't know, we are from Autodesk. We're the world's leader in 3D design software. We help people imagine, design, and create a better world. Come with me and let me show you around a couple of our best exhibits. So the Autodesk Gallery helps people understand design and technology. We really focus on the process of creating, from the original idea through iteration and prototyping through the final product, whether that's an automobile or a building or a dress or a prosthetic or practically anything you can imagine. And so we have a two-story space here. We're really excited. We've been open for 2 weeks now. We've had almost 5,000 visitors here in Tokyo, and lots of enthusiasm around the future of making. We have a workshop upstairs which focuses on the future of manufacturing, 3D printing, laser cutting, CNC. We've got activities and curriculum for people of all ages that allow you to do everything from laser cut a coaster to multi-day Fusion 360 training sessions, which is the leading edge of product and industrial design technology. Let me show you a couple of highlights here. We have over 30 exhibits, but we're going to only have time to focus on 4 or 5 of those. And so I'd like to start over here with a really exciting design from a young Japanese startup called Exi. They started, the 3 young gentlemen started at companies like Sony and Panasonic, but yearning inside of them said they wanted to do something on their own, so they started their own group focusing on prosthetic design, really trying to destigmatize a prosthetic and using really advanced electrical design so that the prosthetic is stimulated by the electrical pulses in your hand. As with most of the exhibits in the Autodesk Gallery, we really focus on process. We're trying to uncover the thinking behind design. So from the engineers and original sketches and what they're trying to capture through 2D art to the 3D printed prototypes, the rough models, which really describe the intent and the proof of concept. You can see over here, and then to the final working prototypes, and these just really beautiful, smart products that a young group of guys putting their heads together are really trying to change the world through design and technology. We're super excited to showcase their work. They were here last week. Lots of enthusiasm around them, and also pleased to announce they just won a Good Design Award, one of 3,000 entries, and so it's really satisfying to see that a couple of young folks can put their minds together and come up with something so exciting. Next, let's go over to an architectural exhibit. One of the very top architects practicing the world over today, let alone Japan, is Mr. Toyo Ito, Pritzker Prize winner, winner of practically every major architectural award in the history, has designed this opera house in Taiwan, which will open soon. It's a 3,000-seat theater, extremely innovative in its geometry and form making. Ito is never one to not surprise. Every one of his projects is unlike the one before, and you can see this really quite large urban scale project that uses robots to create the concrete formwork to produce this really radical geometry and almost what seems to be unbuildable form. But Toyo uses Autodesk AutoCAD and Maya, amongst a number of other tools to create these really radical shapes. We've also got an Oculus Rift here, which visitors to the gallery over the past 2 weeks have really enjoyed putting on and taking an immersive virtual walkthrough, seeing the construction take place, and really enjoying these radical shapes that the firm has come up with. So switching gears a little bit, but maybe not so much because this is about robots as well. We've got a universal arm robot here, which we worked very closely with Dr. Andrew Cutlass, who's a professor of architecture at the California Academy of Arts in San Francisco. Andrew's a great guy, and he's worked with us to help create this demonstration of how robots can do not just repetitive tasks these days, but can do really iterative designs. One unique function after the next, which we believe is really going to play an important part in the future of design and making. And so we have developed this software with Andrew that grabs Instagram feeds from 1 kilometer away from this very location, takes those, runs it through a product called Autodesk Vectorize It, which is free, you can get that online, and turns that raster piece of Instagram art into a vector illustration. Passes that on to the universal arm here. We've got a Japanese felt pen here, which is using Japanese ink, and it's illustrating that quite slowly. We've done about 150 unique illustrations since we opened 2 weeks ago, and there's many more to come. We found that apparently people in this neighborhood like selfies and food shots, as well as photographs of their feet quite often. And so you can take a look at the interface here. In this case, we're drawing a bowl of udon. And then next door, or right adjacent to that, is the 2D vectorized version. We also put a unique timestamp and the author's name, and so just a fun demonstration of how robots and technology are interfacing to drive one angle of the future of design. So a more serious front, we've got this exhibit, which is small in scale but large in impact, and it's we call it Within, and it's a sector of software that Autodesk is focusing on called generative design. This is really impactful stuff. Sometimes we refer to it as constraints-based design. It's really the idea of putting in your functional goals before you start designing, using the cloud and your computational power to produce and deliver the best results and then refine those rather than the other way around, which has been traditional, at least in my career. And so the applications for this are from industries, from heat coolers and F1, aerospace, but I think more strikingly are some of these medical examples where we're able to refine and optimize objects, be they a hip replacement or something for your spine that is formed in a way that it integrates more quickly and healthily into your body. And so if you take a look at some of these objects, it's difficult to tell, I'm sure, over the internet, but every single one of these pores is unique. And what that allows it to do is we call it osteointegration. And so the body, your bone structure, adopts and digests these parts much, much quickly and more efficiently than it would otherwise. And so we run these parts through an optimization tool that creates these really performance-based shapes that are healthier and more successfully adopted by the body. In this last example, this young man had suffered a terrible accident, and there's 1/3 of his skull has been replaced. This is a real example with this medical titanium part, and every one of these unique shapes is different from one another, and it really helps the body accept these parts. And so you see technology being adopted inside the body as well as around our body. And this is really life-changing technology. So there's a couple of examples downstairs. Why don't we step outside? We've got a garden here in Tokyo too, which is pretty exciting. This is the Toyota iRoad. Really pleased to have been partnering with Toyota. They were here 2 nights ago giving an evening talk, which was very well attended. This car is envisioned as an example of the future of transportation. It's a very innovative 3-wheel design that's got a gyroscope inside it that lets it stabilize. It's a rear-wheel steering car. In large cities like Tokyo or New York, or these are coming to the United States soon, you can imagine how beneficial driving something like this would be very fun, like a motorcycle, but enclosed and so safe, like a, well, almost as safe as a car. Oh, it's locked. You know, one of the things I like to say is that Autodesk is known for a lot of industries, but not many people know that every automaker in the world uses our tools to design their cars. And so, really happy to have Toyota here and showcase, you know, their vision of the future of transportation. So let's step out on that front. So that was a very brief tour of 4 of our 30 exhibits here in Omotesando. If you're in Japan or if one of your friends are, we hope you'll come by and visit us. We'll be here through Sunday the 8th of November. Participate in our workshops, take a look at the exhibits, hopefully learn something. We'd love to see you. Come see about the future of making things at the Autodesk Gallery in Tokyo. Thank you.